Maddalena, how you doing?
Pretty good. How are you?
Fantastic. Sorry I'm late.
Oh, you're good.
How is the work coming?
Um, Pretty good. I was working on a few of these exercises.
Yeah, good. Did you do some from 6 and 5 or 5 or what?
I did some from 6.
Okay, fantastic. I want to go back to warm up and I want to do a couple
Okay,
from 5 and we'll
sure.
do them together. We'll do them together. And
Okay,
whenever we translate together, I want you to kind of pay attention to the fact that I'm throwing you things to help out, right?
okay.
So you're
Yeah.
fighting along with me,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Through the going through the exercises so we can get this stuff flowing and just
Yeah.
talk about it. Like for example, just go to page 135 and just casually, don't be nervous cuz
Okay.
I'm going to be translating it with you.
All right.
But go to number 4 and look, it's basically 3 lines. So
Mhm.
it's a considerable amount of Greek, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But I just want to take a little, stroll through it, looking at the
Yeah.
words. I'm looking for a verb, god damn it. Where's the verb? Is there? Oh God, look, it's all the way on the second line. Halfway through the second line. Do you see that?
Yeah. Es tonto.
Good.
Mhm.
Imperfect, right?
Yeah.
Omen u eta omith este onto, third person singular.
Mhm.
Yeah. And it's a active or passive?
Um, oh, um, oh, it's passive.
Good.
Sorry. Yeah.
Good. No, don't say sorry. All I'm doing is I'm activating that circuit in your brain. So don't
Yeah,
say
I
sorry.
just
Yes.
okay.
But it's important that you think about it just like you did instead of just saying yes and agreeing with me. Don't do that.
Hmm.
If you don't see something, try to work it out in your head first because
Yeah.
nobody cares about missteps and what's what, right? Okay, so ethuonto. So how we translate that? It's a third person plural, imperfect,
Um, Sunto.
passive.
Um, they uh they were being sacrificed.
Yes. Why do you hesitate? Is it just because you don't want people to get sacrificed or things to get sacrificed? Right?
Maybe.
Or horses?
Yeah,
In this
for
case, it's
hippos.
horses, right? Yeah,
Hippoi.
go. There's our,
Um,
so, yeah, yeah. So the horses were sacrificed. Now, what I want you to notice, and the reason I'm picking this particular exercise,
mhm.
is you're not going to know what the hell is going on until you get to the middle of the second line. Until you see that
Yeah.
ethuonto, what what's happening? Because look, you're drifting through reading it right, left to right, because
Yeah.
of the dangers. There's a nice prepositional phrase, right? Then you've got a dative with the gods, and you get a subject. There's your horses. So at least
Yeah.
the horses are doing something, right? And then you get a comma and another dative and another set of horses. Oh, God. So, okay, let's slow down and see. At least we know that somebody's being sacrificed. So, hoi hippoi ethuonto, right? Now, buried in this thing is a secret treasure that you're probably already looking at. There is a construction in here that will tell you exactly how the sentence is to be used. It's like a secret key. Do you see that structure in here anywhere?
Um, the secret key.
Yeah.
Um,
To tell you how to translate. Yeah.
Hoopo. Um,
That's nice. You like those prepositions? You got a
yeah.
preposition fetish? I don't mind that. That's okay. I like prepositions
Yeah.
too.
There's a lot in this one.
I don't think that's the key though. I don't think a
No.
preposition has that much rank. You know what I mean? It's some kind of particles or something in here that are being used in a way to tell you this is how the sentence goes. And they're peculiar to Greek.
Yeah. Um. I don't know what I'm supposed to be looking for. A particle, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe two. Maybe two. Look for two odd words in here that are going
Two
to tell
odd
you how
words.
this sentence works. It's the key to
Is
the
it
sentence.
the xenon or
No,
xenon? What?
no, and
Okay.
that's not a good guess either. It's not a
No,
good guess either. Nope. I'm not letting you
I
get
don't
away
even
with
know.
that.
Okay.
There's two alien words. There's two alien words in the first line that are telling you the underlying structure of this sentence. There's two alien words. They create a structure.
Okay. Um.
I want you to find it. I don't want to give it to you.
Okay, that's fine. I'll find it. Oh, it's Hoy and Hay, right?
It's nice that those are there and look like each other. It looks like it's some kind of contrast, but no, those are not the words. You're gonna kick yourself if
I
I
don't
give it
even
to you.
know. Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Okay. Are you
Um.
ready for frustration?
Sure.
Okay. You want one more crack? Okay, I'll give you another crack at it. Last one. Take your crack at it. Tell me. There's two words in
Oh,
that
it's
first line.
is it Mende?
There you go.
Okay.
I
Wow.
told you. I
I
told
was like, a strange words I've never seen before, as I've been working on them all the time. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, right. Right. There you go. So
Yeah.
it's one of these on the one hand. On the one hand, the
Yeah, on the one
horses.
hand,
Go ahead. If you
yeah.
want to work it, keep working at the
Um,
look at where wait, before you do though, look at where the
okay.
min is. It's between the definite article tois and theos. So you know
Hmm.
it's on the one hand has something to do with the gods, masculine. Look at the
Yeah.
de. On the other hand, tais theos, those are the female gods. So we're gonna have
Mm,
something about on the one hand, these horses are sacrificed to the gods. On the other hand, they're sacrificed to the goddesses, right? By the
yeah.
Upotong Senon. See how it works out? I just want you to be looking at the structure of
Hmm.
how the sentence works out. Now you're just filling in the blanks, right? As soon as you see the
Yeah.
min and the de, that's how you know, right? And that's why we
Yeah.
step back when we translate and we first look
Hmm.
at the structure. Good. Good. You want to give it a crack, that first sentence?
Um, sure. Um,
It sounds like I'm asking you if you want to, but I'm really not.
um, so Mende, in order that, or is it on the one hand, right?
There you go.
On the one hand, the um, because of the danger of the gods' horses, the the
Nope, nope, nope.
horses.
No, it's been
Okay,
good. Good. On the one hand, the horses
the
ethuonton.
horses is the one. Oh, the horses. What did I say? Were being sacrificed.
Good. On the one hand, the horses were being sacrificed tois theois.
Uh, to the gods.
To the gods, and why? Dia tus kindunos. Because
Oh, because
of
the
these
danger.
dangers.
It's
Yeah, right. It's like,
dangers.
again, remember, they're just making this up, right? So it's not like supposed to make a lot of great sense. But yeah, because of the
Oh,
dangers,
yeah.
right?
Hmm.
Right. Right. So good. On the one hand, they're sacrificed to the gods. On the other hand, tais theois, they're sacrificed tais theois.
Yeah. The goddesses.
Yeah. And this time, the horses that are being sacrificed have a feminine article, high, high he
Hi.
boy.
Hi,
Right.
boy.
So, really, the best way to translate it would be on the other hand, the
On the other
mares,
hand,
right? The
yeah,
mares,
mares.
right, were being
Hmm.
sacrificed to the goddesses.
Yeah.
Upoton xenon, by the strangers,
Yeah.
promachon, before the war, before the battle. Oh
Yeah.
God, it's a mouthful, isn't it? On the
Gee
one
whiz.
hand, so on the one hand, if we just do the whole thing,
Okay.
starting from the beginning, on the one hand, the male horses were being sacrificed to the male gods because of the danger. On the other hand, the female horses were being sacrificed to the female gods by the strangers before the battle.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Okay, that's okay. So as I'm translating, you can be looking
Hmm.
at the Greek,
Yeah.
following what I'm doing, right? That's a
Hmm.
part of exercising. Now then they give you a second sentence, like, it's a little paragraph, so the story continues.
Yeah.
Al heiton xenon hora uk ephulachthe hupo ton theon. Ah, look at that. That one you can find the verb right away. Ephulachthe.
Lache.
And what is that?
Hmm.
That's an aorist
Oh,
passive, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
It's an
aorist
aorist passive.
passive. Do you
Yeah.
remember what fulato means? Fulato, that first principal
Guard,
part is
right?
fulato. Yes. So
Yeah.
translate it. Fulacthe,
Um,
third person singular.
Lache. Um, I'm sorry, I'm a little,
Why are you
um,
apologizing? You're in an
I'm
intense
being slow.
experience. No, stop it. Stop it. Don't do that to yourself. You'll get there, and the more you push yourself because you're feeling
Effluche
like you're slow, the more you're going to slow yourself down. So,
was
efulachthein. What is that? For third person singular, aorist
he,
passive.
he, she, it was
Uh-huh.
guarded.
Good. And where's the he, she, it? It's in the subject, which in the line above is hey, hora.
Hey, hold up.
Uh-huh. The
Hmm.
land ton xenon. That's the of.
Land.
The land. Do you remember what a xenos is?
Oh, you just said it, and it's the strangers of strangers, right?
Stranger. Yeah. Stranger
Yeah.
danger. The land of the strangers was not guarded. Hupoton theon. How would you translate hupoton theon?
uh, Bo, don't say Um,
It's with that passive efulakhthe, and it's establishing
um,
agency.
is it? I can't remember what hoopo is right this second. Um,
When it's establishing agency, it's by the
by.
gods.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
So
It was
yeah,
not guarded by the gods. The land of the strangers was not guarded by the gods. Poor strangers. Right?
yeah.
Okay. Look, that's 3 lines. So I want you to notice your speed is increasing. Okay. What questions do you have on that sentence?
Um, I think we figured them all out, but that was a rough one.
Okay, now it's a
Mhm.
lengthy. It's two
Mhm.
sentences and it's three lines. So it's
Yeah.
lengthy. Now that you know what it means, I want you to go back and I want you to read it in Greek just out loud.
Mm.
And I want you to notice if your brain is doing anything as you read it. So just go ahead and read it in Greek.
Okay. Dia tous kendunos tois mentheois hoi hippoi hais theois hai hippoi hupo ton xenon estuon to pro machon al heton xenon hora uk effulache hupo ton theon.
Okay, so as you're reading it, I noticed in the first line that your pauses were where they should be if you're understanding the units, the grammatical units, the syntactical units here, right?
Yeah.
So a definite article with its noun, for example, that's a unit.
Mhm.
So I can hear that you're pausing. So you're having rational pauses between those units. That shows me what you're picking up, right? Right? If you're putting
Yeah.
promajon together, promajon, you realize, oh, it's a prepositional phrase. This goes together.
Mhm.
That's outstanding, right?
Yeah.
Fantastic. So, men and de, we got into that, right? Go down to
Yeah.
go just down to number 8, and I just want you to identify
Okay.
um, the grammatical structure of the first sentence, which ends on the second line, about halfway through.
Uh-huh.
I want you to tell me what is the grant breakdown. What kind of clauses do we have here? Just look at it up to the period. First of all, go ahead and read it to yourself out loud, and
Okay.
then just break it down grammatically. I don't want a translation. I just want you to tell me what it's
Okay.
got going on grammatically.
Let's see. Eplaptoin to hoien te nesoi. Epimpon esten ecclesian hina lasoin to ton stratioton hoigar polemioi uk elel Epsilon ton polemon pause.
Okay.
Um,
Okay, just
so
so just to the period, I want you to tell me what is the grammatical
mhm.
structure on those first two lines. What do we see?
Well, we see the A in the beginning and the um the verb immediately and the blaptointo, right?
Okay.
Um,
What is that? Keep
and
going.
uh, it's present optative passive, and
No,
then epimpon
97.
and
Present
um
optative. So it's an A plus an optative? Good.
well yeah and
What's in the apodosis? What's in the next verb?
let's see. Epimpon. Um,
Where's that second
oh,
verb?
it's epimpon, right?
Good, good. What is that
And
thing? Is it
I was thinking it was. im imperfect,
Good. So you have a
indicative
plus an
active.
optative. Good. A plus an optative followed by an imperfect is
Ooh,
what?
so it'd
What
be
kind of conditional?
a did. So a past
Good.
general.
Good. So that one you know is going to be if something did something, then something did something. Okay, fine.
Uh-huh.
Now look at the rest of the sentence though. What did they tuck in there? They tucked in a hinna.
And yeah, which means is that in order that?
Yes, good.
Okay.
Good. And it's
Never
followed
seen
by
that
an
one.
optative. We've got the ointa, right? We've got
But
the oi there. So we know that's an optative. So we know it's going to be in order that
point though,
somebody
yeah.
might, in order that
Might,
they
yeah.
might. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. And notice about that it's ointa, right? So
Quinta.
that's passive. That's definitely passive. And look what follows it
Mm-hmm.
logically. A hupo, so that's an agency there. You're trying to tell us who's the agent of this guarding, right? Guarded by the
So
stratioton, the soldiers,
the
yeah,
soldier, yeah.
in
Mm-hmm.
order that they might be guarded by the soldiers. Yeah, good. Fantastic, right? I just want you to see that you are fundamentally looking at structure when you are
Yeah.
trying to translate. So, um, look at number 10. Look at
Okay.
number 10. When you look at that thing and analyze that for structure, uk agathoi, is that? Yeah, that's it. Uk agathoi tois hippois, hoi lithoi, hoi entoi pedioi. Look, there's no verb. You
You know,
got
I was looking
something.
at that one
Yeah.
earlier.
Were you? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know what the drill is.
Well, I was like, well, not good. The horses, the stone, and the plane. I'm like, where's the invisible
Right.
bee?
Yeah.
Um,
Where's the verb go? Look for the
yeah.
subject. Look for the subject with an
Mm-hmm.
article.
So
Look.
no, hoilisoi
Yes, there's your
would be
subject.
the
Hoilithoi.
nominative. Yeah.
Mhm. The stones, but what kind of stones are they? They're hoilithoi, the kind of stones that hoi in toi pedioi, the stones on the plane.
On the plane. Oh,
Which stones are they? They're the stones on the plane. That's why they're reproducing the article twice. It's telling you, hey, go back and look at the lithoi because we're about to describe them to you. Right? Those are
uh-huh.
which kind of lithoi are they? There's the ones on the plane. What are they?
Okay.
They ook
They
agathoi.
are
They are
not good
yeah. For whom? Who are they
for
not?
the horses.
Right. Don't you
Nice.
see?
That's great. I that was my guess, but I mean,
Okay, take it down. Okay. You read unit 6. What was you got any gut instinct? How does it compare?
uh,
Is it getting harder or is it
mm,
just the same
it's
thing?
it is the same thing. I mean, it's true that it seems like it's not harder, it's just more stuff,
It's just
you know.
more,
It's just
right?
more and yeah, my I was trying to memorize all day and I think I studied for like 5 hours, but
Oh,
I'm trying to
gorgeous.
work
Okay.
on it. So,
We need to somehow gather all that data about
hmm
you, like how much time you're spending. So that's good that you're saying that for the record. You're reading that into the record, and I need to make a mental note of that. Okay, so you're spending like 5 hours. Okay, okay,
throughout the day, spread out.
uh-huh.
So,
Spread out. It doesn't matter that it's as that's if that's how you can take it, right? Because you couldn't sit down for 5 hours and do 5 hours of memorization. It's just too much. It's too much
no,
straight. You got to get a salad
morning,
or go for
middle
a walk.
day, and then the evening. Yeah.
What do you do between the times? Do you just like go and do the stuff you gotta do, like go to the
Yeah.
grocery store or something,
Yeah.
right?
Take care
You
of the
just do
kids and
that. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
keep
So
house.
you're juggling your taking care of the kids with learning what is definitely the hardest language of humanity. That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah, I've been moving and stuff too, so Yeah.
You're moving.
And all the, yeah, I was
Are you gonna
moving.
move in the middle of this?
Yeah, I already moved him
Oh, you
several
already
times.
did? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. You're unpacking?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Fantastic. People, you got to realize nobody's got an excuse now, right? Right? So, okay, Maddalena, if you make it through the whole series, the whole text, which very, I'm very optimistic that you will, and
I'm trying my
I'm a
best.
little bit concerned to be honest, because you may skew the whole fucking experiment, right? The next person I get, then if I try to hold them to your standard, they may totally fall short, and then it'll just be a matter of, okay, it's got to be right. Most of the success of that course was Maddalena, not me, which makes me quite jealous. Look at page 139. We'll take a break in a little bit, but look at page
Okay.
139.
Okay.
You were looking at third declension nouns. We're going to start
Yeah.
this new family of nouns, and I just want you to see some of them at the bottom that they gave you: fulox, fulakos, and I want you to
Mm-hmm.
notice that that is a guardian, right? A guard, they tell you. But I want you to notice that we're using the verb fulato. So you're gonna
Yeah.
see you're gonna see now relations between words. And that's
Mm-hmm.
what I want to focus on as we sprint through your vocabulary. This is
Okay.
a nice introduction to your third declension. How do you feel about, look at the nominative and the genitives here? Fulax, fulakos, right? What happened? Oh God, something funny happened, right? Our C turned into a kappa. Look at the next one.
Yeah.
Ikes, igos, our word for goat. Our C there turned into a gamma.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a wait a minute. Something's going on. So you can see that letters can transform. That's the big lesson here, right? And I want you to see which letters can give birth to which letters. The fulaks and the xi and the kappa and the xi and the gamma. I want you to notice that those are all friendly with each other.
Okay.
Okay. On the next line down, you've got elpis, elpidos, right? The word for hope.
Yeah.
And this time, the genitive doesn't just have a letter change. It's got a letter addition plus a subtraction of the sigma. So you drop the sigma and you get a delta. You get a delta. Something is
Wow.
funny is going on. The sigma in charis is turning into charitos, turning into a tau. How is this stuff happening? Is it in there? Are they related? Is it like the fulaks and the kappa is that child that's being given birth? What they're doing here, when they introduce you to the third declension of nouns,
Mm-hmm.
is they're really showing you the complex stems, right? That are going to be
Yeah.
absorbed and going to change their form in the nominative. You do not know the stem of a noun in Greek until you're looking at its genitive case. What is
Yeah.
the stem in the first noun? It's fulak. It's fulak. That's what it is. What is the stem in the second? It's ig. What is the stem in the third? Elpid. Elpid. The stem of elpis is elpid. The stem of charis is
Mm.
charit. Is charit. And the stem of soma is somat. Somat. That's, you're getting your stem from the genitive case. That's why in any lexicon of classical Greek, you're going to have the nominative and the genitive reproduced for you, so that you can get a feel for those, for what the actual stem is. Is that okay? Do you
Yeah.
feel pretty
Uh-huh.
comfortable with that?
Yeah.
It's not too crazy, right? It's not too crazy.
No, not too wild.
No. Let's go to some words, and I want you to break this stuff down since you're so good at
Okay.
it now. I want you to start breaking it down, right?
Alrighty. I'll
This is
try.
page, no pressure. This is page 150, vocabulary. Ike's, Igos, we did, it means goat. Look, you can use a masculine or a feminine article with it if you want to change the sex of the goat, right? Look at the second
Yeah.
entry, the enclitic particle. Oh,
Yeah.
God.
What is
Proclitics
that?
and enclitics adhere either in front or to the end of something. They're particles. And they're these little words that the Greek is using that we really don't use in English. So, what does this one do? This ge, ge. It emphasizes or limits the preceding word. It
Hmm.
emphasizes or limits. When you're looking at that, you're going to have to think. Is it emphasizing it? Is it limiting it? what, what is it doing?
Yeah.
Look at how they say you can translate it at any rate or at least.
Wait. Oh, that makes a little more sense.
Okay. So for now, stick with at try at any rate or at least just try those when you see that ge. But you'll see as you read more and more Greek how this is used, right? Your system will pick it up and use it properly.
Yeah.
Go to geron below that. That's a nice noun. But look at its genitive. It's gerontos.
Gerontos.
Take
Yeah.
off that Omicron sigma and you get geront. That is the base. It's the stem, the root of that word, geront. Oh, God. Don't you love it? What is nome? It is an opinion or
No.
a judgment. Are you
No
sure?
me.
Yeah, I want you to. Hey, Chewy. Oh, Chewy's busy. When Chewy's back, I'm gonna tell her, how do I switch to? Can they see the whole thing? Who is they? Maddalena and the voices in her head. I know there's some specific voices in your head. Here, do you see the? Tell me, Maddalena, when you see the Liddell Scott.
I see.
You see. Okay, tell me about this word. Nome means what? It's a means of knowledge.
Means of
It's
knowing.
a mark or a token. The token, the mark in your skin. Is that some kind of means of knowing?
Phew.
Yeah,
Wow.
right? Yeah. It's gorgeous the way that they think, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like a reality that's there that you don't understand until it like forces its way in. Organ by which one perceives or no. So it can be that instrument. When they say organ, don't think like body organ. That's not what they mean.
Yeah.
It means an instrument. It's a Greek word.
Yeah.
Organon.
Oregon. Or
Right? It's your instrument.
it's cool.
Yeah. The nome of your soul, right, is your judgment. It's your thought. It's when you, Maddalena, think, as
Mhm.
sitting there thinking, I am Maddalena, right?
Yes.
Right? That working of your soul is your judgment.
Mm.
Okay, so that's how they're looking at. Look at number two, though, down from that. It's your inclination. Eh, when I see that, I'm like, okay, it gives it a little bit of kind of this freedom. So you can see they use it for zeal, right? For zeal, it's your inclination, it's your consent, your initiative. Is this what's taken away? Nome is what's taken away when you rape someone. You take away their ability
No.
to be disposed, their will, their consent, right?
Yeah. That's more than just opinion.
Right, right, right,
Yeah.
right. Look at the one at the bottom. I love this. Number four in the plural. You see, Sophocles uses it this way
Mhm.
to represent illusions, some kind of hallucination, right? Some kind of, farce that is not real, right? It's really neat the way that, you can then play with the word. And All these in blue, Maddalena, these are all
Mhm.
different authors. Look at all these.
Yeah, different
Plato,
sources.
Herodotus, Sophocles, right? Xenophon, Aristophanes, they're all over the place. Aristotle, Pindar. So whenever you say somebody's like talking about Gnosticism, right, and all that kind of
Mhm.
stuff, and they don't have a base in the language, they really don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
How do I, what do you think about that?
I think a lot about it actually. I see that stuff all the time and I'm like, oh man,
Yeah,
you don't even know how deep it goes or how complex. Yeah.
exactly. Exactly. So when we look at the list on the page and it says gnome, right? And
Hmm.
I was taught to just to hear a little bit of the gamma in there, but some people would say gnome, but
Gnome.
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 That opinion or judgment, it's way bigger.
Yeah.
Denos, dene, denon. There's a nice adjective, three termination. So it's got a
Mm.
masculine, denos, a feminine, dene, and a neuter, denon.
Yeah.
And it means fearsome and then marvelous. Wait a minute. Fearsome and marvelous are not in the same universe. And then clever, right? None of those is in the same universe. Right? Those are three different words. What are they doing trying to pack three different words? Um, the only way to learn this word is to learn how it's used. And they'll use it for people. And the people that they use it for are Circe, right? Right?
There's some.
Right? Think about that for a minute, right? Right? These are all the attributes of a particular personality type. The goddess of the hunt is fearful, terrible, clever, uh, you know, Dane,
Dude,
right?
yeah, same thing.
So if you can understand that there is a that being afraid of someone who is clever causing you a feeling of marvel, right? You're looking at certain women from antiquity. Now, it's not used just for women, but those are the ones that stick out to me whenever I'm reading. So I
Mm.
notice where this adjective is being used. And it's usually being used of these queens,
Yeah.
these potnei, who are Danae. They're fearsome. Look what's right underneath it. Just out of coincidence, maybe, or chance, it's the word doulos, the word for slave.
Mhm.
Yeah, right? These
Yeah.
women are who are terrible, fearsome, clever women. They're also makers of slaves, and they push douleia, slavery. And that's a huge part of Odysseus's problem throughout the Odyssey. He is not what is the word underneath the verb douleo. Douleo just means to be a slave to someone, right? I'm slaving it,
Yeah.
right? Douleo, I'm slaving it, right? Douleo, so I will be slaving it, right? Et douleo, sa, I'm going to my shift right now, right? Right? I'm being a slave. Eleutheros, because they would say, they would look at us and they would say, "You're not a society free of slaves. I don't know what you're talking about."
Yeah.
Eleutheros, look at that. That's what Odysseus is not. The doulos is not Eleutheros free, right?
Yeah.
They've got no eleutheria. Look underneath it. Trying to say
Mm.
that. I think this one is difficult. Eleutheria.
Eleutheria.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Say it again.
Eleutheria.
Yeah.
Eleutheria.
Yeah. You say it more musical than I do. Makes me jealous. Look at the word for a Greek. What is a Greek underneath that? What is a Greek?
Helen.
Yeah,
Helenos.
Hellen, right? That's a Greek. Hellen. It's
Hmm.
Hellenic. Nobody
Yeah.
calls them Greeks except for the Romans who were hut builders, right? right?
Yeah.
Graiki. Graiki. That's what the Romans call Graiki, right? But
Great.
what do they call themselves, right? They're Hellenes. They're Greeks. Look, I can't help it. Elpis, elpidos, hope. We saw that kata. There's a nice
Mhm.
preposition. New when you get it right. Kata when it's with a
Yeah.
genitive, under or against. According to.
Oh, you froze.
Whoa.
Oh, you froze for since kata. Sorry.
Oh, okay, just do Kaluo. Read Kaluo. The principal part.
Kaluo. Oh, okay. Kaluo, kaluso, ekalusa, kekaluma, kekalumai, e ekaluse.
Good. Now read them again. This time focus on the
Okay.
accent. And I'm telling you to do this for a
Okay.
reason. Accent.
Uh, kaluo, kaluso, e ekolusa. Yeah, sorry. Ekolusa, kekoluka, kekolumai, ekoluse. Good.
Good. Good. And I want you to notice that we've had all of these principal parts. Koluo's the
Mhm.
present or the imperfect. Koluso's the future. Ekolusa is your aorist. Kekoluka is your perfect. Kekolumai. What is that?
Oh, it's
It's a perfect, but
uh
instead of
yeah.
what is it? Oh God.
Ekoluma.
My sai tai methasta untai. Right? It's jumping into that passive form. Good. And
Yeah.
then the ecoluthane they should have. Yep, there it is. Ecoluthane is your aorist. Passive. Isn't that
Hmm.
nice? Oh God. Oh God. Okay, let's go now to take a break. And when we
Okay.
come back, what I want to do is I want to look at cognitively the relative pronoun on page 142 because
Okay.
um, the two big things about this unit are its relative
Hmm.
pronoun and its use of the subjunctive. Its
Okay.
use of the subjunctive, okay?
Hmm. Sounds
Gorgeous.
good.
Let's do it. Let's take how much time do you want? You want 10 minutes? You want 15 minutes? What do you want?
15's good.
Take 15. I'll see you at, oh God, what an awkward time I did. Let's see. 15 minutes would be 40. Let's see. 37, 47 would be 10. 48, 49, 50, 50 fucking 2. Come back. It's
Okay.
50 fucking 2. Okay, see you then.
Okay.
Right. Fantastic. So much work being done. I love that. We got to talk. Maddalena, how are you?
Fine.
Are you ready to learn what a relative pronoun is and how to use the subjunctive?
Yeah.
Okay.
I need help with the subjunctive. I wrapping my head around that for sure.
Yes, I'm glad you said that. Good. Okay, thanks for letting me know. That's what
Hmm.
we'll get to. But in
Okay.
order to get there, we got to start with the relative pronoun.
Okay.
So just look at their first paragraph. A noun or pronoun can be, this is page 142. A noun or pronoun can be modified by an adjective. So they give you the example, ho agathos anthropos, the good man. It can be modified by another noun in the genitive case. So to biblion Homeru, the book of Homer, right? Homer's book can be modified by a prepositional
Mhm.
phrase. Hoi politai, the citizens, which ones? In te horai, the citizens in the countryside, or by an adverb. Hoi nun politai, the citizens who are noon, who are now, who are present day. Okay, so okay, good. I feel
Yeah.
pretty confident. I know the basics of how the pronouns, right, can be modified by
Hmm.
what can be modified. Okay, good. Now look what he says though. A noun or pronoun can also be modified by a dependent clause called a relative clause. So this is another type of dependent clause. It's going to depend. It's going to hang off of that main verb, right? It has to depend on that main verb. These are relative clauses and they're introduced by relative pronouns. And then he gives you some examples. I just want you to see in bold. The relative is first in the clause in English, right? The poet, who wrote the book? Who wrote the book is your relative clause. Who is your relative pronoun? Good. They give it to you. The second example, the poet, whose book? Right? Whose book? Right? Or of whom the book we sent to the island, right? Whose book? Look at the dative form that they're going to use. The poet to whom we sent the book. And finally, the object there, the poet whom we educated. They just ran you through a list of the nominative, genitive, dative kind of
Yeah, I see.
accusative
Nice.
use, right? Okay. The forms of this thing that you're going to have to know are on page
Hmm.
143. They're easy.
Yeah.
Hos, hu, hoi, hon. Notice
Wait,
they have
huh.
rough breathing.
Uh-huh.
Rough breathing, right? Did you look really closely and carefully? Blow up this page,
Yeah.
Chewy, 143. Yeah. Look at these relative pronouns and look at those rough breathings that are on them. I want you to notice that's really important. That rough breathing
Hmm.
is going to give us the relative feel. Hos, hu, hoi, hon.
Who, hoi, hon,
In
hois,
the
hus.
good, good. In the feminine,
Hey, heis, hey, hein, hi, hon, heis, ha.
good. And in the neuter, ha, hu, hoi,
Ho,
ha.
hu, hoi, hon, ho, ha, hon, hois, ha.
Yeah, good, good. So relatives there are easy to spot because of that rough breathing. That's what you're going to be looking for. Now, let's just look at a
Okay.
couple of examples at the bottom on page 1 through 43.
Okay.
We can now do this in Greek. The person says, agathos ho poietes, right? What does that just mean by
Hmm.
itself? The poet is good. The
Oh,
poet is
that's
good.
good.
That's a complete sentence. But we're going to tack
Hmm.
on a clause to that, right? Oh
Yeah.
God, and what do we get? This dependent clause. Hos to biblion egrapsen. The poet
Yeah.
who
Nos.
wrote the book. Notice that the hos is in the nominative case. Why? Because it is the subject of egrapsen. Its own clause, it is the subject. Its case will tell you what it does in its own clause, but its gender and number, masculine singular, that's
Mhm.
dictated by its antecedent. Its antecedent, the thing that it's talking about, is the poietes. That is
Wait.
masculine singular, right? So it's going to be
Mhm.
masculine singular always, but it can change its case from what it's doing within its own clause. Good. Look at the second one. Agathos hopoietes. Again, the poet's good. And then it switches it to a genitive. Huto
Who?
biblion. Yeah. The book of whom or whose book? Whose book?
Mm.
Epimsamen. We sent Astein Nason to the island. You see that? Whose book we
Yeah.
sent to the island. The poet whose book we sent to the island is a good person, right? Agathos.
Mhm.
Good. Okay. So, how do you feel? They're going to go on to give us a dative on 144, and it's just going to be the poet is good again. To whom, Epimsanmen, we sent the biblion. To whom we sent the book, right? The
Okay.
poet to whom we sent the book is good. That's in the dative case. See how the hoi is in the dative
Yeah.
case? Then
Uh-huh.
in the accusative, you've got hon epaideosamen, whom we educated. Hon is the accusative case because it's being acted on by the verb. Good. All right. That is basically everything that you need to know
Okay.
about that relative pronoun and how to translate it. I don't want to beat it too much tonight. We'll see it in the too much more than that. We'll see it in the exercises, right? But I
Yeah.
want to get to the subjunctive. This is an important moment right now in the intensive experience because
Mhm.
you're going to have to figure out how to use subjunctives. And we said before that you
Okay.
can't really translate them. You can't just, like poieo, I make. But when you turn it into a subjunctive, you can't be like, well, I may make, if I
Yeah.
were to make, well, how do you use it? So here are a couple of ways to use the subjunctive by itself. Bring up text. That's why they call this the independent subjunctive, right?
Okay.
It says, in addition to its use in purpose clauses, after primary tense of the indicative, and in the processes of the future more vivid and present general conditional sentences. So, in addition to the conditionals and the purpose clauses that you can use subjunctive in, guess what? Now, the subjunctive mood, it can be employed in three types of independent clause. That means they don't rely on anything else. You can just have a sentence there with your subjunctive, right? You don't have to have it with another clause determining what it's going to do. Look at the example of the first one. This is the hortatory. It's an exhortation.
Horse.
Let us do something. Pow omen.
Okay.
Look at the example. Pow omen. Let us stop. Let us stop tain machen. Let us stop the battle. Notice how pow omen is subjunctive. See the omega's long? It's
Mm-hmm.
just a present subjunctive, active,
Yeah.
right? Pow.
Uh-huh.
Let us stop. So this is one way you can use it. The subjunctive by yourself as a hortatory. If you want to use it with the negative, use a may. May Powellman, let's not stop.
May pow. Yeah.
May Powellman, let's not stop Teinmach in the battle. You're going to be using the may with those subjunctives, not the oo. So for this, so great, fantastic. How about look at the indicative? Ooh, Powellman, we are not stopping or we don't stop Teinmach the battle. Right? We are not stopping the battle.
Mm-hmm.
Empowerment. You're using the oo, which is just the negative, right? Just like may. It's doing the same thing as may.
Yeah.
But instead, you're using it with the indicative. The oo loves the indicative, the may loves the subjunctive. Okay? Good. That's one type.
Okay.
One type. Okay, so far, one type of independent subjunctive we've got is called the hortatory. Let us do something. The second type we've got is deliberative. Look at what is deliberative, right? You're deliberating. You're deliberating. What do you mean? Just show me a friggin' example. Powelman tain machen. Are we gonna stop the battle? Are we supposed to stop this battle? Or it's a question, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are we to stop the battle? Look at the next example they give. Angulon me pimpo? Question. Am I not sending a messenger? Am I not to send a messenger? Is this not something? It's deliberative, right? You're
Uh-huh.
entering into deliberation, right?
Okay.
Deliberation. The third type is the prohibitive. It's just telling you not to do something, right? Right?
Yeah.
It expresses a prohibition. Me pauseta tain machen. Do not stop the battle. Me pauseta. It's a prohibition. It's a if you want to refer to it as a negative command, some people like to refer to it as a negative command, but you know, prohibition is like, okay, is it a command? Not really. It's not a true imperative, right? So really you shouldn't be calling it that. It really is a prohibition. as opposed to a
Okay.
negative command. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah,
okay.
do not. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I do not do something. Me penseis, don't send the messenger. Me penseis ton angelon, right? Don't send them. And as soon as you see that
Hmm.
subjunctive by itself in a sentence without a main verb anywhere, I want you just to stop and to say, okay, it's got to be one of these. Is it a hortatory? Is it a deliberative? Or is it a prohibitive? Right? Which
Yeah.
one is it? Which one is it? Is it a let us do something? Is it a should we do something? Or is it a don't do something? Yeah. Okay. Good.
Okay.
Good. 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 And look at what's happening here in this. I hate these people. I think I know everything and then they throw this. Look at the bottom of the page here. Any independent subjunctive can be used instead of a future indicative in the apodosis of a future more vivid. Ah, shit. Okay, what was that? Future more vivid. It's aeon plus a
Aeon
subjunctive,
plus a subjunctive. Yeah.
mhm, followed by a what? A future. So
Indicative. Yeah.
instead of that future in the then clause, we can substitute an independent subjunctive. So look at this. They use the prohibitive here in the first sentence. Eon eupraxomen. If we do well, me pimpses. Do not send ton anglon, a messenger, right?
Hmm.
Oh, fantastic. So it's like, okay, you can take the apodosis, you can take the future out, and instead you can insert some kind of conditional. I mean, some kind of independent subjunctive.
Yeah.
They did it with the hortatory below that. If we do well or fare well, pimpsomen, let us send. Right? Right? Instead of we will.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it. Yeah. Love it. So you can tinker with those conditionals, right? And if you don't identify what it is, you're not going to be able to translate it, right? That's just the
Right.
way it is.
Yeah. First
Good,
rule
good,
all.
good. Okay. I want to, before we get into genitives and datives, because there's just a list for us to do and to
Uh,
go through, I want you to go to the exercises, and I want you to
okay.
tell me a couple that you worked on that you want to just kind of throw at me now and say, "Hey, how did I do with this
W-
information?"
Um,
Starting on 158 is the page.
yeah, I kind of tackled the exercises without understanding the unit. So,
Yeah, no, I
um,
understand. Okay,
yeah, so
so maybe better to talk through it first,
sure.
right?
Yeah.
Than hit the right. Than hit the exercise. Okay, is there one that you did that you think you did well?
Mm, um, I did like let's see. Mm, I don't know about well, but I mean I did probably uh 8 of them. And I tried the first two um but
Okay.
and then number 11, 17, 19, 21, 23, 25.
Okay,
So
let's
those
go
are the
to
ones I
11.
did.
Let's go to 11. That's a nice shorty.
Okay.
Why don't you read 11
Okay.
and let's discuss our way through it together.
Okay. Lusomente ten demokratia dena kartoi demoi pepraktai.
Yep.
Um, so
First of all, just notice that it's two short sentences
Yeah, it is.
one after another. So yeah, remember, and sometimes those short ones can kick you harder than the big ones. But yeah,
Right.
good, good, good.
Um,
What'd you get?
I got in fact we may have been destroyed or released by democracy for that first one.
Okay, slow down.
I don't
Look at the
know.
first.
Okay.
No, it's look, everything is off,
But
right?
yeah,
Everything is off for one simple reason. For one simple reason. Look at
and
your
because
first verb.
I see now that it's
Mhm.
the oh what we just read through how
Subjunctive.
the
It's
yeah the
yes.
subjunctive
It's one of
I
the
see how it
independent
was
subjunctives.
yes it's the I can see that it's the like similar to the deliberative kind of, but it's not
So
asking a question. So
how do you figure out
yeah,
which
how do
one
you
of those
oh
three
wait, and
it
it would
is,
be
right?
the
How do you, okay,
extortion.
it's got no question marks, so
No. So it's
it's
not
not
that
gonna be
one.
deliberative, right? We're
No,
not
but
gonna be
it's
asking any sort of question. So it could be one of the other two. So
mhm.
try the other two to see. First of all, try a hortatory, the let us
Yeah,
one.
the let us. So it'd be let us um
Let us luo.
let
Remember what
us
luo means?
let us be released,
Yeah. Let us dissolve. Let's say it dissolves here. Let
dissolve
us dissolve ten demokratian.
democracy.
Yeah. Let's dissolve the democracy. That's all that says.
Hmm.
Why are we going to do this? Gar in the next sentence is telling you. I'm going to tell you why.
For
Gar. Yeah,
okay.
good. For what? Dana. Make Dana the subject. It's a it's a neuter plural subject. For Dana, terrible things, pepraktai. That's a third person singular because neuter
Yeah.
subjects
It
that are plural take singular verbs.
he she had done
Yeah, and make the he,
or
she, it Dana. Terrible things,
Dana.
eprakte,
Terrible
have been
things.
done. Good.
Oh, okay.
It's a perfect,
Terrible
right? So
things. Yeah. Terrible things had done.
have been done.
Yes, have been done. That makes a lot more sense. Um, to the people
Now you could try to the people here.
or
The only problem is that's a perfect, and we
yeah.
know that perfect passives like this, it's a passive. Perfect passives express agency in the dative case. They tell
Okay.
you who is actually doing the verb. So terrible things have been done by the
By the
people.
people. Oh,
Good. Yes. Dative of agent. You only do
uh,
that with perfects and and pluperfects. Okay.
okay.
It'll take you. Otherwise, you're gonna use a hupo plus a genitive. Right.
Okay.
Great. Fantastic. Right. There's a lot. There's so much to remember, isn't it?
There's a
Okay.
lot. Yeah.
What else did you
Um,
do? Let's keep going with a good. We got a good rate to speed up.
I did 17.
Okay. Read 17
Um,
and translate it to me.
okay. Um, Toi somati sonatos e mura al alhege suke athanatos. Well, I didn't really know what that pronoun was until now, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Um,
Okay.
oh, let me fix this. Oh, I remember the last thing I was gonna do that. Okay. So that first part of the sentence,
Mm-hmm.
um, I I thought it meant um the death of the body is the fate.
Keep going. Good. Keep going.
Okay. Um, uh, who is another who at least who is another immortal soul.
Yeah, let's do it word for word now. Right? You're
Okay.
right there.
Uh-huh.
You're 90%, right?
Okay.
With
Mm-hmm.
respect to, I'm just going to translate it. With respect to the body, toisomati, with respect to the body, he
Mm-hmm.
moira, its fate is thanatos, is
Its
death.
fate is death.
But
And
hege
but
psyche, the soul at least, is
soul at
athanatos, is
is
immortal.
immortal. Okay.
Yeah, you see that little guy there sitting there, you're
Yeah.
kind of contrasting what happens to the body and the soul, blah. It's just kind
Okay.
of, yeah, setting up a little contrast. It's nice. It's nice. Oh, look at 19. 19 small.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
19 small. Oh, this is going to be difficult. Oh, did you do this one?
So Dana, yeah, I did. Dana mean I thought it meant clever, but it means terrible thing.
Well, it can. It can mean clever. Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. Depending. Um,
Uh-huh.
so I wrote well, I wrote okay. The clever are at least the wisdom of the sea.
Oh, very close, very close. We're right there. If you just rearrange make the
If I
subject
okay,
ta
ta.
taste thalates. So taste thalates
So
is of the sea, of course,
of
right?
the
But
sea.
when
Yeah.
you just have a neuter plural article, it can be kind of
Uh-huh.
the affairs
Okay.
or the things. It's literally the things of the sea. So the
Okay.
affairs of the sea are Dana.
Are are clever.
Yeah. And
Okay.
who thinks they're clever? Tois
The
gesopois for the
the
wise.
wise.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, wise people like to consider what happens in the sea, I guess. I don't, whatever. Again, don't try to make sense. Don't try
Yeah.
to make sense of it, right? Oh
Uh-huh.
God. Okay. Now I want you to do one that you haven't done. Look at number
Okay.
25. I don't think I heard you say 25, did I?
I did that one. Sorry.
Oh, you did
I
that one.
did that. I was working
Translate it
on
real quick. Translate it
oh,
real quick because
okay. Well, that one was
it's
hard
got
because
grapsomen.
grab someone. Yeah, it oh, grab someone is may have been written, right?
Okay, keep going.
Um
What is it? Just identify it before you say it's translated as
oh,
may have been or whatever. Just
oh,
identify it. Grapsomen. It's from grapho. Let's see, grapho, grapso,
grafo.
grapsa. It's definitely an aorist
Yeah.
subjunctive, right? An
Hmm.
aorist subjunctive. So is this one of those independent subjunctives? Maybe.
Oh
But
yeah.
look what we've got that
Uh
follows it. We've got an eon. So we've got a
it
conditional thing. We've got a
yeah.
conditional. What kind of conditional do we have? We have eon
Um
plus.
I I thought it was a so an it on plus uh a subjunctive.
Yes, on plus the subjunctive.
Hmm.
Good.
And
And
then
remember,
and then
remember what we saw.
pimps.
Remember what we saw. Sorry, I don't mean
What?
to interrupt. Now I'm interrupting.
No, no, go ahead.
Remember what we saw with the conditionals that you can substitute an independent subjunctive in the apodosis. Here's the
Oh
protasis
yeah.
if, right? Here's our if clause. So you can substitute just a regular independent subjunctive, and that's what they've done. Grabsomen. Instead
Uh-huh.
of getting a future here that we would expect for a future more vivid, for a does, will do, we're going to get a
Yeah.
does plus an independent subjunctive. So make this thing work, right, with your if clause. If you want to start with
Okay.
your if clause and just translate that, that's good. But it's a
Hmm.
does blank. Does it's supposed to be a
Does
does will do, but it's a does blank. Go ahead.
uh oh, so it would be a deliberative.
Okay, try that. Try that.
Okay. Uh well, I don't know how to formulate it.
Yeah. Start with the conditional side of it.
Okay.
If the politi do
If
what?
if the politi have sent money, may have sent money.
It's a future more vivid, so it's a
So
send.
it would
It's a
be,
just a do.
oh, it
So
just send. Okay. And
if the citizens send argurio,
okay. Yeah, that's way easier.
right?
If the citizens send money, why does it keep doing that?
Mm-hmm. Now
Um,
do your independent subjunctive.
um,
Deliberate.
I mean,
There you go. There you go. R.
does the book does uh
It's a first person plural, right? It's a first person plural, so it's got to be a are
so
we to do something.
okay. Are we are we to have written the
No,
book?
no. Don't.
I'm so
Are
confused.
we to write?
Are we
Are
to write?
we to
Okay.
write? Don't try to put a tense on it.
Oh,
All you're doing is deliberating with it. All you're doing is saying, "Are we to go to the store? Are we to do this right now? Are we to do? We're deliberating right now." So don't
hmm.
try to push it. The only reason it's aorist is to express to you that this is a one-time event. Are we
Okay.
to write? Think of that formula. Are we to do something?
Are we
Are
to
we
write?
to
Okay.
write a book? Peri Igon, a book about goats. Are
Goats,
we to
yeah.
write?
About goats, that's what I had.
Yeah. Okay, good. Fantastic. Good. Okay, now look at what we've done. Put down the screen, Chewy. Okay. So look away from the book. We just did 4 or 5 sentences,
Uh-huh.
each one of them stopping and taking apart the grammar. What I want you to do is I want you to consider. I want you to take a break now for about 30 minutes. Let's see. It's not, no, hang on. we're going to be, no, I don't want to push you too far out tonight. I need about
I'm fine.
30 to 30 to 40 more minutes with you. Can I get that after a short break here?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
free. I'm so
Okay. How much you want? You want 10, 15 minutes?
sure. That's fine.
Okay. Let's do it's 30 after now at quarter two. Let's come back. And I don't want you to think about anything on this break. I want you to clear your mind.
Okay.
Okay, fantastic.
All right.
Fantastic. Are we there? Oh, there we are. Fantastic. Now, I want to do an exercise with you, and I'm going to be watching and trying to figure out where your progress is going. So, I'm
Okay.
going to throw some regular Greek at you. I'm going to throw some regular Greek at you. This is Menander from page
Okay.
160. And I want you to know that each of these individual sentences makes complete sense on its own. It makes complete sense on its own. Part of learning the art of translation is
Mhm.
finding the place that it clicks, finding that particular place where all of a sudden the material comes to sense. That birth of that sense is what you are really trying to do as a philologist. You're trying to find that sense. Perfect. So I want you to struggle with this Menander. I want you to just pick out one sentence and I want you to make sense of it using the lexicon that's below. Okay,
Okay.
so at your choice, any of those one-liners on page 160, you pick it.
Okay. Let's see. We'll do 156.
Okay, fantastic. Take your time.
All right. Mm, okay. Mm, I'm all over the place. Um, so let's see. Erota pow power limon halhu Spanish. All right. So it's
Good
fine.
pronunciation. Please note as you're doing this that the first word erota in that sentence is an
Mhm.
accusative. If you look at the form that you're going to find it in the dictionary there at the bottom,
Yeah.
you're going to see it's
Um,
eros, erotos.
yeah.
So it's one of those third declension nouns, and its accusative looks like erota. So that's an accusative
Oh,
sitting there. It's a new form. It's one of the new third declension
yeah.
nouns. I just want you to notice that. You're going to be using those now.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah. So then I see the relative pronoun here. Um. So to
So you'll notice voices in your head. You'll notice that Maddalena is looking through the vocab list to learn these new words. Each of these sentences is going to have new words, right? And you say, wait a minute, isn't she just supposed to have the vocabulary from the chapter ready at hand? Yes, she is. That's what the contract gives us. She's supposed to have that vocabulary ready, but she needs to be learning how to translate without all the vocab, with just a list that she has to use to look up. Basically this is lexical training, these kind of sentences. Make sense of it and show me that you can use the lexicon. That's essentially what's going on. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
um so love makes hunger stop, which lacks beauty.
Okay. I see you're there to a certain degree. You said love. Is erota in the nominative case? You said love stops, right? We can't say that because erota is the accusative there. Something
So
else there
so
stops love.
hunger stops.
Good.
Uh, yeah, hunger is the nominative.
Good. Did you hear that?
Hunger.
Hunger is the nominative. All right. See
Yeah.
what you're doing? See what you're doing? Good. Hunger stops love, right? And hunger or the spanus halku. There,
Lack of
the,
beauty.
yeah, right. Well, no,
Yeah.
not beauty, not beauty. Halku.
Oh,
The lack
what's
of.
oh,
Yeah, I like
bronze.
that though because you were looking at Kalos. Yeah,
Yeah.
right,
Sorry.
right. Hunger and the
Yeah.
lack of bronze
Bronze.
coin stops your
That's
love.
right.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
is that true? Is that true now? Does if you don't
Well,
have
for
money,
some
that
people.
yeah, that stops it. I think it
For some people. Uh, yeah.
I think you're definitely less
Um,
attractive without money. As a guy who's on the poverty end of life, I think you're definitely less likely to get the love if you got nothing. But that's just I don't know. Maybe I'm too negative like Menander.
mm,
What do you think? Do you think he's right?
I don't think that's what it's about, perhaps.
Yeah.
But for some people,
Yeah. Yeah. He also talks about love in 140. I'll do 140. Eros
okay.
dikaios, karpon
Mhm.
eutheos fere. Oh God, look at the verb on the end, fere. That's from pharaoh. Oiso enenkon. Do they give you that one? Yeah, they give you pharaoh on the next page.
Mhm.
Right, to
Or
bear or
carry,
to
but
carry. hmm And what is that little adverb eutheos doing? Right, it just means right away, right, immediately. Immediately. So immediately something is carrying something else. Okay. Let's go back and see where if we got any nominatives. Yep. Eros is a nominative. It doesn't look like it to us, but it because we just started third declensions, but it is. So just love, because dikaios is its adjective, right? Just
Mm-hmm.
love right away brings karpon,
The
fruit.
fruit.
What is
Yeah.
just love? What is just love? Do you know what that is?
Love of justice, perhaps.
Mm, it's not the love
That's
of justice, it's just love.
just love. Mm.
Yeah. Okay. It's a Greek concept that's sitting there that you and I are going to have problems with because we don't have just love in English. I've never
Mm.
heard that phrase in English. I don't know. Have you? Have you ever heard that phrase in English?
No.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it doesn't exist. I'm pretty sure. So now I'm confused because mm, just love produces fruit. It makes me think that maybe there's an unjust love and it doesn't produce fruit. And that's how you tell the difference between just and
Yeah.
unjust love is by its fruit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you will know them by their fruits is a line that Jesus likes to use because it's good old fashioned fucking Greek. Look at look at number 297. Kalon de kaigeronti manthanen sofa. Oh God. Kalon, look, is there an invisible verb to be in here maybe? Kalon esti, it's good. Even for a geronti, even for an old person. Manthanen, to learn, sofa, wise things. It's good even for an old dude. That's what the Kai Geronti is doing,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Kalon has an invisible verb to be with it. This is actually a substantive here. Is it a substantive? It's a good thing. Oh, God. What is going on? Look at number 543. What does it mean when I say her is a hand? Nipte means to wash. Nipto means to wash, right? You can almost hear the principal parts. Nipto, nipso, nipsa, right? Oh, God.
Yeah.
This language is starting to make sense, right?
Uh-huh.
Her, hera, nipte. Hand, her is a nominative.
Yeah.
Hera is an accusative. So hand washes hand.
Mm.
Dactyloi de dactylus. The fingers wash the
Fingers.
fingers. What does it mean if I walked up to you on the subway or something and I was like, "Psst, hey, lady, hand washes hand and fingers wash fingers." What are you going to think I'm talking about?
Oh, I have no idea. Cleanliness.
Good. Good. I'm glad you don't. I'm glad you don't. Just remember that hand washes hand and fingers wash fingers. Okay?
Mm. Uh-huh.
Someday it will make sense. Okay. Look, I wanted you to see some real Greek before we had to go back and clarify a couple of points. You saw how the subjunctive is used independently. You saw the three different ways. You saw the hortatory, the deliberative. Oh,
Yeah.
what is that third? Hortatory, deliberative, and what else?
Partitive. Are we at that? Prohibited?
Prohibitive. There
Deliberative?
you go.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Prohibitive. Right. Hortatory, deliberative, and prohibitive. So those are the three kind of independent subjunctives that we can have. We've got the
Okay.
kind that says let's do something, let's go to the store. We've got the kind that says don't go to the store, and the kind that says are we to go to the store? Right?
Mhm.
So now you have a couple of uses of the subjunctive. You're going to get a couple of independent optatives later, but I want you to realize this is just kind of Isn't this still just all about verbs? Aren't we still just learning everything there is to know about verbs? Yes. Yes. And before you consider anything that we may have here, I just want you to see this. Um Here. Go to the pull up the textbook, Chewy, and go to the verbs in the end, please. Go to the appendix. And I want people to look at this. Yep. I think it's 670 or somewhere in that range. Boom. Okay. So the appendix starts around, what's that last page? 588. So it starts around 590 in that range. And I want you to go just for your own.
Morphology.
You said you were working on the morphology before, so I want you to see it in the chart now. Look at we'll do the nouns as well. Why not? hmm Go to page, as soon as I get the page. Okay. Actually, go to the page that starts morphology. It's around
Okay.
627.
I'm there.
Okay. 599. Fantastic. Morphology. Um, it's gonna give you like an encyclopedia's view of things. So look, yeah, it's got your accent stuff. That's fine. We don't need accents right now. What we're looking
Yeah.
for are the charts that have to do with the nouns. Right? Look at all this. You want to memorize this? Look at this. Here's the summary of possibilities for accent on page 602. If you memorize all of this, you will never miss an accent again. Okay?
Yeah.
That's not
Uh-huh.
true. It's for the book. You won't miss any more accents in the book. But as you read Greek, you're gonna find exceptions to exceptions to exceptions. So
Yeah.
notice notice how it says on page 603 exceptions to persistent accent. You mean wait a minute? You just taught me a whole bunch of rules that I'm supposed to remember, but now here are all the exceptions. So these you're not going to be able to figure out these when you're in the wild. You're just going to get them from
Yeah.
experience, right? So
Right.
don't worry about that. We're looking at nouns. I want you to see all the paradigms now that you've got first, second, and you just started third declension. Oh my God! Look, I'm on page 613, and I'm still in the elision crisis. Oh God, movable new. Can I please just have a noun? I just want the nouns. When they
I
start,
think
it's after
it's
these. Go ahead. What page?
622,
622 it
623.
is.
Yeah.
Start on 622 at the top and look at the declension endings for the first declension. Notice they're mostly feminine, but there are some masculine ones off to the right. You're going to have to
Yeah.
remember those, right? We had those. Look at the second declension. Not too many. Not too many masculine, feminine, and neuter, right? No problem. But then third declension. You're going to get this is the first type that you learned with a genitive in Omicron Sigma. That's the first type you learned, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Now keep scrolling down until you get to first declension nouns where it has a chart with techne. Techne. You're going to see
Mhm.
these now, everything written out. This is the kind of stuff that you peruse.
Yeah.
You don't realize it, Maddalena, but you are imprinting this information on your brain. The more you're
Yeah.
actually physically looking at the Greek, the more you
Mhm.
are remembering that material. Techne, techne. Just look at the accents. Techne, techne. Look, it stays there. It's persistent. Techni. Uh-oh, now it's going to get dragged forward. Technon to the end of the word, right? Technice, technos. All you're doing is you're re-imprinting these declensions on your brain, right? That's all you're doing. Scroll to the top of page 624, right? Polites, there's your citizen. Poietes, there's your poet. Look at their genitives. Here, take it. Oh, do I need to take it out? Here, sorry, the stove is going on. What the hell? Oh, God. The whole ship is gonna go down. Just leave it in there. Leave it in there. Sorry, that you know how family is. That's dinner. So,
Mhm.
look at continue scrolling down. Look at page again 624. Look at the middle of the page. They're going to fill in the second declension nouns for us: logos, logo, logo. So you just get a little extra practice with them, no problem. They're going to give us
Okay.
the third, and you're going to get all these weird third forms, right? Look at it. Look at on page 625.
Yeah.
Look at you haven't had this yet. Look at the form of the noun nous. Nous means mind. Its
Yeah.
genitive, its genitive is new, its dative is noi, and its accusative is noon. And you say, well, that dative still kind of looks like a dative. It's got an iota subscript there, right? The accusative, it looks still looks kind of accusative because it's got a new there, right? It's noon instead of not on, right? But
Yeah.
here's the thing. Why is it contracted? Because when they put the two omicrons together like that, they didn't like it, so they contracted it to oo.
Mm.
Noon versus not on, not on. Right? Isn't that nice? You learn stuff like that that they're doing that you don't realize when you're just memorizing. Look to the right and look at the attic declension. It's going to be attic. It's going to be different in the attic. See how it's neos?
Ne-
Yeah, look at that.
Neos.
Instead of noose, neos. Instead of new, neo. Instead of
Oh,
noi, neoi.
no way.
Right? Oh, so okay. If you look at what the attic mouth is doing, as opposed to the Ionian or Dorian, right? And you just
Yeah.
think to yourself, nous versus neos. Look in the plural, nominative plural, noi, as opposed to the attic neoi.
No way.
Right. So for some
No.
reason, the attic is really stressing the epsilon. Is there something musically in that? Probably. It's probably a difference in the like the tone or something or the
Yeah.
note of the thing. So okay, that puts it. Now keep scrolling down to the third declension nouns at the bottom of that page. These are the ones you just learned. They're sitting there nice for you to
Mm.
peruse and say, hey, I'm just gonna repeat them. Elpis, elpidos, elpidi, elpida. Elpides, elpidon, elpisi, elpidas. You start ingraining these patterns in your brain. Look at mother on page 626. Mater, matros. Look, it's got the Omicron sigma as its genitive of the mother. Mater is the mother does something. Matros of the mother. Matri to the mother. Matera. I'm going to feed the mother, right? I'm going to do something
Uh,
to her. Gorgeous. Now you know how to say mothers. Materas.
yeah.
Materas. Yeah, good. Look at this weird one. Genos. This is almost near the middle of of page 626, same page. Genos. What is it? Genos? Oh God. It's got that gen root in it that we get Genesis from. To make, right? To
Me.
produce,
Mhm.
right? What is your genos? Should we put genos up here? Nope. I want to show her the word. This is serious Greek.
The start or beginning or something.
Okay, let's
What is it?
see.
Let's see.
The origin? Could it be
Origin.
the origin or beginning? Could it be the production of something? Here,
Offspring.
can she get this? Race, stock, kin. Well, that's a big swath of production there, right? Your all your stock or your kin or your production.
Yes.
Your offspring can be your children
It's
too, right? Collectively, your posterity. Okay, your offspring, whatever. Generally, though, look at number three. Generally, your race. So it's genos is really a type of categorization. It's a way you categorize something. It's your group, right? It can even be
yeah.
like your age, your generation.
That's
Yeah. What's
it's
that?
very scientific. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Exactly, right? You see how the word is a lot of what you're doing in learning Greek is learning how the mind that's using Greek is perceiving of these concepts and how that's different. Because look, under number four, it can also be your sex, your gender. So your
Yeah.
kind or your race or your clan is a group. It's like a group that you belong to. And it doesn't have to be a particular group, it can be like an ethnicity or it can be a gender. That's the class that you are of. That's your kind. That's your kind. Look at in number two. This will blow your mind. Number two, under Roman numeral number five, right? So in logic, as a class, it is the
Hmm.
opposite of eidos, which they're telling us is species,
Hmm.
right? If you
Yeah.
click on eidos, so what we're getting is genus out of this word. If you look
Yeah.
up eidos, you're going to find that the eidos is the shape of something, the figure. Sometimes they talk about statues
Yeah.
as having that form or
Hmm.
figure, right? The
Yeah.
beauty. Look at number two, especially, or B, especially of beauty of person. Look at how weird these terms are that they're very, very specific, right? It's your
Yeah.
form or your shape, particularly your physical beauty. Now, in medicine, that works out to be your physique or your constitution,
Interesting.
right? Do you get
Hmm.
that? It's all
Yeah.
completely, it's all completely logical, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
Down number three on that eidos is it then becomes your kind, your class, your kind. What are we looking at? We're looking at genus and species, right?
Yeah.
Genos kai eidos, or genus and species,
Interesting.
right? Okay. Can you now? What other language does this? What other language? You tell me something. You're going to search high and low to find another language that, with just the basic roots, can pick things out of air like that. Well, let's apply it to logic. What does this word mean in logic? What does it mean in music? Now you watch. In music, it'll have a totally, it'll have a different, a new meaning, unique meaning, but it'll be the same physics that this word is based on. So it's
Yeah.
almost like they're saying, okay, you can take concepts and pull them out of the air, and then you can analyze the concepts and determine what their kind is.
It's cool.
Right? So it's a very logical kind of, their linguistic approach. Mother Greek's linguistic approach is logical to a T. Okay, it's 10:14. I've taken you
Mm.
beyond the time. Yes, Genos is how we get genocide. Oh God. Oh God. Are you killing your own kind?
Mm.
Ah, right. Oh, genocide. Terrible
Yeah.
comment as a comment. Okay, so what do I need you to do now for tomorrow's assignment? Please
Hmm.
read the next unit. And I know you say, wait a minute, there's a couple of things in
Oh,
class. There's going to be things that I'm not going to be able to concentrate. I'm not going to be able to bring to you
We lost
everything.
you. We
Right.
lost you
Oh,
for like 15 seconds. We lost you for like
oh,
10 seconds.
oh, did you? Okay, thanks. Thanks for letting me know. That was Cruz. Hey, Cruz. So, this is what I want you to do. You are learning now one unit every day.
yeah.
There is so much information in the unit. We are
Hmm.
not going to be able to cover everything.
Yeah.
For example, today we talked about relative clauses, but we didn't see many
Hmm.
relative clauses. Don't
No.
worry, as long as you are memorizing the
Hmm.
morphology and
Yeah.
understanding the grammar, we will reinforce all of the many, many different things that you're learning, the little tiny
Hmm.
details. We will reinforce all of that in the reading. What you need to be feeling now is that you are now able to run up against that Greek. You're able to look at a sentence that you haven't seen before, and you're able to work with it to break it down and to translate it. That is the
Yeah.
concentration of the intense course, that you're in
Nice.
there to be translating and practicing your translation. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll stop with that. Do you have any questions for me?
No, no, I'm just hard at work.
Okay, put everything down that you've been doing, and I want you tomorrow to read Unit 7. This time, I do not want you to do exercises. I just want
Okay.
you to read Unit 7 and then go to page, boop, at the end of the chapter, go to page 188. And there are 3 sentences of Menander. So it's
Okay.
nothing that you should be worried about. I want you to translate those sentences. And I don't want
Okay.
you to stop until they all make perfect friggin' sense. Okay. You're going to
Okay.
make perfect translations. You're going to bring them tomorrow. And at the beginning of our session, I'm just going to say, okay, give me your perfect translations of Menander. Okay?
All right. Sounds good.
Okay. This is what we're doing. Gorgeous. Oh,
Mm,
God. All right. All right. I'll let you go. It's getting late. And thank you for a full
Thank you.
night. You really did a
Yeah.
lot of work. Okay.
Thank you.
Good workout. Good workout.
Yeah, yeah, it was good.
Okay. We'll see you tomorrow.